If you think America's two-party system is dysfunctional, then you're in the right place. Good morning, and welcome to Coffee with Art. Every weekday morning I try to do a little video that I hope will encourage discussion, thought. I love a good discussion. I hate the partisan arguments, the Democrats and the Republicans. It's got to change. So I'm going to do what I can. One of the things that I think people need to understand is the two parties have contrived the market so that they can't have any competition. And that's a big part of what's killing us. In business, they know that when two parties, in this case, not talking political parties, but two parties in a negotiation, like two businesses that are talking about merging, as an example. When two parties can't come to an agreement, what do? Answer is they hire a third party to come in and view the data more or less impartially and find a path to go forward that's basically a win-win situation for both sides. We can't do that. That's not allowed by the Democrats and the Republicans. We can't have a third party in the United States that has any credibility, and that's the difference. What really irritates me is when you talk to a hardcore partisan and you say, well, we can't have a third party. Oh, yes, you can. There's all kinds of them. Yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of them. Have any of them got a snowball's chance in hell? Answer is no. And so you'll hear some of these same partisans will say, oh, yeah, there's all kinds of third parties. Go ahead and vote for them. And then they'll turn right around and tell you that your vote is wasted when you vote for any third party because all it can do is change the balance between the two major corporate parties. But they never tell you why. It's because they set it up that way. If 98% of the people in the country are convinced that a third party is a wasted vote, how can we ever have a third party alternative? The answer is we can't. It's been eliminated. What happens is the parties that control the federal government also control the state governments. And many people do not realize that the Electoral College is mandated by the Constitution, but they don't realize that the selection of the electors to the Electoral College is left up to the states. But because the states are also controlled by the Democrat and the Republican parties, in 48 out of the 50 states, you have to have a majority in that state, and then you get all of the electors from that state. I view this as being absolutely immoral because what it has done is it has convinced everybody, especially after what happened in I believe it was 92 with Ross Perot. You know, people should have been incensed that here 20% of the country voted for change and yet not a single electoral college vote for representing 20%. 1/5 of the country cannot be represented because the two parties have put in this winner-take-all rule. And as a result, we only have certain states that are battleground states. They should all be battleground states, and every American vote should count. Discounting the votes of millions of Americans infuriates me. It's one of the many reasons I hate both the Republicans and the Democrats. Every American citizen's vote should count. So let's change it. Most of you are not even aware. Just think about it. If it's winner take all, any party. I tend to support the Libertarian and I like the Green Party as well. But any party. The reason I like them is they're not corporate. They're the only chance we have of challenging the corporate parties. That's why I like them. But they don't have a chance until people understand that the market has been contrived. Every congressional district should be a battleground district. throughout the country. That keeps government closer to the people. Every congressional district needs to be won independently, or you could lose that vote. See, I have a lot of really conservative friends, and they're about ready to just bomb New York and California because they're always a blue state. Well, why is that? It's because of the winner-take-all rule. The Republicans are not non-existent in New York or California. But because of the winner-take-all rule, they never get a majority, but they get a majority in a number of the districts. So if it wasn't for the winner-take-all rule, the Republicans would get some votes, some electoral college votes out of New York and out of California. But instead, they're content to sit back in their chairs and hate New York and California for all the damn liberals. Oh, man, how ridiculous. No, it's winner-take-all rules that are screwing it up. We need a third party so that third parties can negotiate back and forth, and we can have some flexibility in the system instead of this awful trench warfare. Well, I hope you got something to think about there. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Remember that every day is a gift. That's why they call today the present. So unwrap that present carefully today, because there's good stuff in there. So I hope you have a great day and a great discussion.